Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United target Jordan Pickford to replace David De Gea. Jordan Pickford has been at Everton since 2017. He's made 186 appearances for Everton in the Premier League. Jordan Pickford has 2 years left on his contract. Everton got Jordan Pickford from Sunderland for 30 million. Jordan Pickford is obviously Everton's number one goalkeeper, and he's been England's number one for a good amount of time now. Revert back to the World Cup in 2018, Pickford was sensational. Pickford's had loan spells before with Preston, Carlisle, Bradford, Burton Albion, Darlington and Alfred Town. De Gea, could be leaving Manchester United on a free at the end of the season. De Gea's contract expires next year, but there is an option to extend for a further year. Whether Man United trigger that further year or not, I don't know. Now I want to give you some news on Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo has suffered an horrific injury in Portugal's 4-0 win over Czech Republic. Ronaldo has got a facial injury. Don't forget, Ronaldo was recently charged by the FA over the mobile phone incident at Everton. Ronaldo got cautioned back in August for that incident. After the incident, Ronaldo apologised on social media. Ronaldo, of course, played in Manchester United's last game. That was FC Sheriff. Ronaldo scored in that game. That was his first goal of the season, and it was his 699th career goal. Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There is an option to extend for a further year. Man United re-signed Ronaldo last year from Juventus, so Ronaldo's been his second spell at Man United. Since he re-signed, he's got 18 goals in the Premier League. He has 25 goals in all competitions. I'm expecting Ronaldo to leave in January. Man United stars expect Ronaldo to push for a January exit. Erik ten Hag could get 100 million to spend if Ronaldo leaves in January. Obviously, the news on Frenkie de Jong. Not so long ago, Frenkie de Jong revealed that he never wanted to join Manchester United, despite his Barcelona future being up in the air. Throughout the course of this year, Manchester United have been trying to get Frenkie de Jong. Erik ten Hag wanted a reunion with the player. I'm expecting Man United to reignite their interest in January. De Jong's been at Barcelona since 2019. Barcelona got him from Ajax for around 65 million. Manchester United have been linked with Jude Bellingham from Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund want to extend Jude Bellingham's contract. Borussia Dortmund value Jude Bellingham at 150 million euros. There's been a transfer battle going on regarding Jude Bellingham because a number of clubs have been in for him. Jude Bellingham's been at Borussia Dortmund since 2020. Borussia Dortmund got him from Birmingham for an initial fee of 25 million. At the time, he became the most expensive 17-year-old in history. Let me put into the equation now that Dortmund have lost good players. They lost the likes of Christian Pulisic to Chelsea. They lost Jadon Sancho to Man United. So Man United had done transfer business with Dortmund before. They lost Erling Haaland to Man City. They lost players like Kagawa, Robert Lewandowski. So there you go. So far, Erik ten Hag has made 6 signings as Manchester United manager. He recommended Tyrell Malacia in from Feyenoord. Tyrell Malacia is Manchester United's first choice left back, so reflecting on that, there's no way back for Luke Shaw. We got Malacia for 13 million. He's under contract with Man United until 2026. There's an option of an additional year. Man United, of course, got Christian Eriksen on a free transfer. When Eriksen officially signed, he signed a 3-year contract, and what an impact he's made since he come in. Ten Hag brought Lisandro Martinez in. Got to be honest with you, he's one of our best players at the moment. He plays very well alongside Varane in our back line. They complement each other well. Man United got Martinez in a deal worth 57 million from Ajax. Ten Hag brought Casemiro in from Real Madrid, got him in a deal worth up to 70 million. The initial fee was 60 million, further 10 million in add-ons. Casemiro has made impacts when he's come off the bench, but he didn't do so well on his first start in the 1-0 defeat to Real Sociedad. Ten Hag brought Antony in. Antony did very well on his Premier League debut against Arsenal. He scored in that game. Man United got Antony for around 86 million. He's Man United's second most expensive signing in history. And he's the 4th most expensive signing in Premier League history. And Ten Hag brought Martin Dubravka in on loan. Dubravka's not yet made his debut for Man United. Dubravka is just a backup to number 1 David De Gea. Dubravka's actually got an injury at the moment. But yeah, Man United have spent over £200 million this year. Let me put into the equation, Ten Hag's got rid of quite a lot of players as well, but he is still inheriting players from other managerial eras. Erik ten Hag has been the Manchester United manager now for quite a few months. So far, he's won 5 games in all competitions. And he's lost, 3 games in all competitions. I think Ten Hag is doing a pretty good job. And I said he would do a good job. This is Ten Hag's first full season as Man United manager. So if he is to get Man United a top 4 finish this season, I'd underline that and say, yeah, it's a good first full season. Then build on that. If he was to win a trophy this season, that would be even better. Because Man United have not won a domestic trophy since 2017. Erik ten Hag, he's aware that he's got big expectations to exceed at Man United. Ten Hag did very well when he was the Ajax manager, because when he was the Ajax manager, he won Eredivisie titles, he won Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and he developed the young players well. Erik ten Hag replaced Ralf Rangnick earlier on this year. Ten Hag is under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option to extend for the further year. He is Manchester United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. 5 managers have left Man United since Ferguson. Obviously, we had David Moyes, sacked him after 10 months. Then we had Louis van Gaal, sacked him after 2 years. We did win the FA Cup under him. Then after Louis van Gaal, we had Jose Mourinho. We sacked him after like 2.5, 3 years. Jose Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. After Mourinho, we had Solskjaer. We sacked him in November last year. Solskjaer was the Man United manager for almost 3 years. Solskjaer's final game in charge was the 4-1 thrashing of Watford last season. Obviously, despite Solskjaer getting sacked, the club still adore Solskjaer because he is a legend of the club. He was a great player for Man United. He enjoyed 11 years as a player. There again, there was positive to take when he was the manager because he had good periods and that. He got United to semi-finals, got us to a Europa League final, and in his first full season got us a 3rd place finish, and then his second full season got us a 2nd place finish. And Solskjaer obviously brought a good 14, 15 players in. He got rid of a lot of players as well. Obviously, there's still players here from who Solskjaer brought in. And obviously after Solskjaer, we had Ralf Rangnick. He was Manchester United's interim manager for around 5 months. He didn't bring anyone in. Rangnick only enjoyed one transfer window as Man United's interim manager. As you all know, we've got Mitchell van der Gag at the club. We've got Steve McLaren. They've been working alongside Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag was the one that recommended them in. We've got Benny McCarthy at the club. John Murtough, he's our Director of Football. Richard Arnold, he's our CEO. He replaced Ed Woodward when Ed Woodward resigned. Of course, the Glazers are still at Manchester United. We've got to get the Glazers out of this club because they've been a massive problem for a long time. And for a while, United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. Earlier on this year, it said the Glazer family were open to selling a minority stake in Man United. The Glazers have owned the club since 2005, so they've owned Man United for around 17 years. The Glazers need to go, simple. And like updated yesterday, Manchester United confirmed that they paid out 33.6 million in dividends, mostly to the Glazer family, in the financial year of up to June the 30th, 2022. So the Glazers are borrowing more money again. As you all know, Michael Knighton has been interested in buying Man United. Not so long ago, Michael Knighton said that Man United takeover bid is going as planned. Revert back to last month, Michael Knighton did say that the Glazers will be gone by next year. Revert back to 1989, Michael Knighton tried to buy Man United, but he aborted a £20 million bid. Knighton is well known for his involvement with Manchester United and Carlisle. Sir Jim Ratcliffe for a while now has been interested in buying Manchester United. It said Sir Jim Ratcliffe was interested in a £4 billion offer to take Man United from the Glazer family. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, if he is appointed, wants to recommend Luis Campos at Man United. Luis Campos is the PSG director. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is one of Britain's richest men. He is a billionaire worth around 15 billion. Earlier on this year, Elon Musk joked about buying the club. Prior to that, I said Elon Musk was planning to buy the club. And earlier on this year, Sir Alex Ferguson came back to Manchester United in an advisory role. Obviously, Alex Ferguson retired as manager almost 10 years ago. Greatest manager I've ever seen. Alex Ferguson brought success to Manchester United because he won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles, but he didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was a long-serving manager. He enjoyed, a 26-year managerial tenure. Manchester United's next game is Manchester City. That is on the 2nd of October. The preview for that game will be coming up sometime this week. That'll be a massive test. Man United was supposed to play Leeds the other week, but it got postponed due to the Queen. Was supposed to play Palace a few weeks ago as well. That game also got postponed, so them 2 games need to be rescheduled. But Man United are in decent form at the moment. They've won 5 of their last 6. Next year, we'll see more players departing the club. Next year, I can see Harry Maguire going because he's a shambles. He's Maguire. He's been very bad for England. Don't know how he's in that England team. Not so long ago, Harry Maguire, blamed a teammate for the defensive struggles in 21-22. He put the vast majority of the blame on De Gea and himself as well. Let me put that into the equation. Maguire is no longer one of our first choice centre-halves anyway, following the arrival of Martinez. Last season, the vast majority of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. Man United got Maguire for £80 million. Overpaid for him. Next year, I can see Phil Jones leaving the club. I can see Tuanzebe leaving the club. Last season, he was out on loan with Villa. Well, he's enjoyed like 3 loan spells with Villa. I can definitely see Lindelof leaving the club as well next year. He was no longer one of our first choice centre-halves when Man United got Varane. I can see Man United getting rid of Eric Bailly permanently. Bailly's out on loan with Marseille at the moment. I think there's a good chance Shaw will leave next year. Like I said earlier on in the video, there's no way back for him now because Terrell Malacia is our first choice left back. And Shaw's injury prone, which is a concern. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, another one who I can see leaving next year. No way back for him in the team because Diego Dalot is our first choice right back. Dalot's played in every game this season. And he's been very impressive to his credit. So reflecting on his good performances, I think Dalot will stay next year. Unless Man United were to try and get another right back in, then Dalot would be on his way out. Fred, I can see him leaving next year because he's no longer one of our first choice centre midfielders following the arrivals of Casemiro and Eriksen. Fred's not good enough anyway. Man United got Fred in a deal worth $50 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. Ronaldo, like I said, good chance he'll be leaving in January. Tellez, I can see Man United getting rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with Sevilla at the moment. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon. Thanks for watching.